Welcome back, everybody. We're here again with another episode of Build and Battle. Hope you guys are all doing well. We got week 14. It's Best Ball Advancement Week. So a lot to talk about, a lot to hop into. So let's go. All right, here we are. Got Underdog pulled up. Going to be hanging out today, having a good old time. So hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you guys all had a couple good weeks on the holiday. Got some recapping to do. Got some best ball teams to talk about, and then we'll do our battle royale as we usually do on Build and Battle. So should be a good old time. What's up, Adam? Let's get it. Let's get some music going. Let's see. How do we want to listen to here today? Let's rock this for now. All right, so let's pull up the good old BBM DB leaderboard here. Start there for today. So here's what we got. We got 10 teams expected through. I'm hoping to get 11, maybe even 12, but it looks like we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, I don't know. I'm surprised this one's 99%. I don't really trust that. A little bit scared about that. I guess I have Javante locked in. It's probably fine. But let's just say, for sake of this exercise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 confirmed in. I got a 68-point lead. I think that's probably safe. This one's at 72%. So I don't know. Let's call this one 8. 30 points up. What do we got here? Gibbs, Achan, Chase Brown. Oh, I remember this team. Man, these receivers suck. Worthy, Jennings, Mooney, Downs. Michael Wilson, though, kind of sick right now. We got Slayton, Coker on bye. Kraft. Oh, God, that sucks. Hopefully Kincaid plays. That one, I don't know. Let's just call it 7. And then we got a shot at a couple more. This team is what I'm sweating the most. I think it's this one. Nope, it's not. It's this one. Yeah, this team. I want this team through really bad, man. This team is sick. It's definitely got a shot. The teams ahead of it haven't like gone too crazy. I got a 50-50 shot. I mean, can't really complain with that. So this week's got Barkley, Pollard, Sharps, Monungai. Hopefully I can get 2 scores out of that. JSN, Waddle, Keon, Pittman, Dobbs, Malik Washington. Someone could get there. Bowers Fannon's been a good combo. And then we got 2 fine quarterbacks, and then Gino actually scored more than I thought he would have in this team. But yeah, we got some stuff here. So kind of wish Malik Washington was like Christian Watson or something. But this team is what I'm like most rooting for, because I want to get this Fannin team through this Bowers team through that also has Hendo. That feels pretty sick. Not going to be super owned. Either of them are going to be super owned. Any Bowers team you're pretty happy about, I think so. You had Gibbs. Which one? Oh, this one. Okay, that makes sense why I'm 30 ahead then. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah. So I definitely need to hold on to this one. 30 points up is only because of Gibbs, so that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, let's keep looking at this. Oh yeah. See, that's, I guess maybe that, I don't know, that 6 points is a little concerning to me. But I do have a Hurts double. This all comes down to Monday. A lot of this will come down to Monday. But this team's pretty strong. I mean, it's probably just thinking you got Rashee Rice on your team. You got all these good pieces. You're probably going to be fine. But yeah, basically 2 zeros at running back is just brutal. Oh, and Javante. So my running backs are locked in at points. That makes sense. Maybe the teams behind me have some kind of bad pieces that aren't quite as good. All right, let's go over here. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. This team's still This team's actually in the top 1,000 right now, which I don't think is going to hold because it has Lions on it. But hey, I'm not mad. So how many people played? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot of players played. So I don't. That's probably not going to hold top 1,000, but that would be cool if it did. But yeah, I had these 3 teams in the top 10,000. So hopefully those 3 can hold top 10,000. I can get $300 back right away. It's pretty nice, I think. So gets me, what was that? 12 entries back right away. That's pretty good. So, all right, let's take a look here. 1 second. Yes. Yeah, $100 each, and then the money for advancing, which I think is 35. Let me double check that. I think the advancements are 35 this year. They got rid of the. Oh no, they kept the season-long prizes a little bit lower, so you can have a bigger min cash. Sorry, not 25. You get your cash back for making it to the first round. Sorry, completely botched that. So that would be what? That's like 100. So that's 250, 375 back right away. 15 entries back, just for getting those 3 in the top 10,000. That's pretty good. It'd be pretty close to breaking even already after that. Get a few more teams through. Obviously, we're not trying to break even in a top heavy tournament like that, but getting my buy-in back right away before like the semifinals and all that stuff goes through would be pretty sick. So yeah, so that'd be what, 250 for advancing plus 300. So it's getting pretty close. Not bad. All right. Not quite close, but it's getting closer. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the BR from the last couple of weeks. I will pull up that. So I had some good BR weeks when I was gone. Obviously I had the week 12 slate. This was the Jameis slate. Had him on the thumbnail. Highest scoring quarterback on the slate. Had a decent chunk of Wandale, but just no combos that mattered. So it ended up being a Hurts team that actually was better in this case when they played Dallas that day. We got that. Here's a Jameis swap with Wandale is one. That's a good one. Had Kelsey, didn't get enough from him there, but a good team. Actually, you needed Gibbs. That's the thing. You needed this combo with, was it Gibbs? Yes, you needed the combo with Gibbs, which I had. Like, look at this team. Like, this team's got $30 back. Jameis, Wandale, bad. Like, dude, just my biggest miss on this week, I think, was the Emmanuel Wilson stuff. I was nailed Jameis, highest scoring quarterback in the week. Nailed the stack of Wandale. I had a lot of Slayton too, which wasn't good, but I had them skinny either way. So any Wandale team was super live with Jameis. But the problem was I was off Emmanuel Wilson, and he was just like a smash. Like Jacobs out, Wilson smash, got 2 touchdowns. Like, it's just, you're not gonna and he's one of the highest scoring on the week too. Like, I assume this guy is Emmanuel Wilson, probably, right? Yeah. So there it is. Like, the Jameis stuff helped me, but it ended up being a Hurts team that was better. Hurts, AJ Brown, and then you needed Hunter Henry. I think was very clearly the top scoring guy. And I assume I took Devonta Smith over AJ Brown, which kind of sucks in this case. But that would have put me at first, basically. Yeah, I don't want to know. I don't want to know if I took AJ Brown or Devonta over AJ Brown. I prefer not to know that. Oh, I wouldn't have gotten first. Actually, I might have been pretty close. Okay, no, I wouldn't have. I would have gotten fifth, which I would have been pretty happy with 4,000 there. But hey, is what it is. So pretty decent Thanksgiving, or pretty decent week 12, and then the Thanksgiving slate was good too. Definitely profited this one. I had a nice pick'em hit in the morning. I had let me pull that one up for you guys as well. The early game, I had a Wix and JMO scroll. That one was pretty sick. Obviously got lucky with the Amon Ra injury, but it's just kind of how it goes sometimes. Let's see, where is it at? A lot of pick'ems, a lot of pick'ems, a lot of pick'ems, a lot of pick'ems. There it is. So here's this one. So JMO max scroll 144, Wix max scroll 94. Got it on the last catch of the game, I'm pretty sure. Thankfully, that would have been tragic. But yeah, this was a massive hit. 96x. Pretty badass, honestly. So I was pretty happy with that. So that was already like a profit on the day. And then I got the pick. This team I was sweating was pretty much in second all day long, like chopped second place. But the Henry screen pass absolutely destroyed me. Would have liked him not to do that. But you know, it is what it is. So I would have been tied with these guys here for second for about, I think it was like 10,000, honestly. I don't remember. I think it was like a 10,000 chop. Like that would have been pretty badass. But ended up winning a good chunk still. So it's, you know, a good day still, but would have been awesome to get to the top there. What sucks is I had a decent clip of Wix, just not on any good teams. Like this team needed, what does this need? A tight end probably. Let me see how far this one was. What am I missing here? That's so bad about this team. Oh, you wanted the receiver to be a flex. You didn't want the double running back because there wasn't very many high scoring running backs on the slate. So you wanted another receiver because there was like 20-point scoring receivers, and there was only one running back that got, I think Javonte had like 15. So like these three running backs were just in the same mix there. You wanted the triple receiver build to get all those points. Saw AZ Cards was having a good time in that stream. That was a good looking time there. But yeah, definitely a little bit bummed I couldn't hold on to second because, like, as you can see, the Henry catch just completely wrecked me there. Like that catch, the 44-yard catch, all these teams popped up. I'm just sitting here waiting. Shit happens, man. But this team had a shot if the game was like a little bit more juice at the end there. Like Lamar throws a couple of grabs to likely scores that touchdown. A lot of shit could have gone a little different there. This team was in the mix too at the end to get up into the money. But you know, is what it is. Sucks when you nail the you know, some Wix. I think I had 6% Wix because I swapped all my Jane and Reed. Can't talk. Jeez. But yeah, my biggest leak was like not going more three receiver teams. And usually the running backs are like the way you want to play it, but on a short slate, probably made more sense to at least try a little more three receiver teams, even though the score that they get is a lot lower generally. But yeah, definitely a leak to not have more three receiver teams. I had some, like this one obviously was one example of the exact combo you want, but just wasn't enough. But hey, this is why you play the low and play. You get solo chop for 30K. Like that's why you do it. 50% Montgomery, 0.8% Wix. Sick play. Wasn't a swap either. So awesome. So congrats to him. Anyways, let's go into the Battle Royale slate. We're going to do some goal line stands, do some Battle Royales. We'll do a little bit of both. But yeah, last couple weeks have been good. Good to get some profits. Good to see some the ball go to the hoop a few times. But let's get into this slate now. What's up? Incredible. NBA is like I do 2 great nights in a row, then lose everything the last night. The third night. 2 good nights in a row and then lose everything the third night. Yeah. I like NBA stuff. I usually just do Pickems for it. But like I don't know. It's something I would probably dive into if I had a little more time to invest in it. But I feel like I'm just like kind of punting off if I don't put more time into it. I'll play every once in a while. I'll like play, I'll throw 20 entries in and throw like a DK lineup or something in, but not too often. I play it, but it's so fun. I love NBA. Like I like NBA playoff basketball is one of my favorite formats. Love NBA. It's a fun product. I like watching it. Like a lot of the players too, but I just can't like I don't know. It's a lot of time, effort to like play every day, and I feel like that's the best edge you have is when you're playing like every day and you're kind of locked in. I don't think I could do that right now. So, but it's a lot of fun. So I don't blame you for enjoying that. But I do, yeah. I mean, for the sake of content, yes, I do both NBA and NFL, mostly NFL, but NBA I definitely like to sprinkle in, and I do some. I did a few NBA best ball drafts before on stream, NBA playoff best ball, but the want for it isn't quite as big, so I usually just like to do it on my own. See that Buck shirt really needed Evans get back. Had like 5 teams if you want. Dude, that's rough. I hope he's good to go soon. You kind of need him for a playoff run if we want to make a run in that. But I just I don't really know. He had a brutal injury, concussion, and like the collarbone. Pretty brutal. But I hope he gets back there, get some momentum going because like Buka needs help. What game stacks are you looking at for Sunday? I like I really like one of my favorite games is Sunday. I like the Jags Colts game quite a bit. That game could be very interesting. That game could be super, super interesting. Like, I think that game has the potential of being an absolute shootout in a contained environment. All you can ask for in those situations. And then obviously the Buffalo Cincinnati game should be really fun. I don't think that's, I'm not sneaking anything past anybody with that, but I think that game is going to be really fun. And I think you want exposure to that one as well. Hard for me to see that game going bad. It could definitely go in the way of it's like pretty much 0% chance that Cincinnati goes pat or run heavy. Like they could run the ball on the Bills, but like there's just no shot they're going to be run heavy with Burrow back, Higgins back. They're just not doing that. So you don't have to worry about that. But the problem is the Bills could run the ball 45 times and just take the life out of the game. The game's a lot slower. There's a lot less points scored. That's kind of what you're worried about. So definitely feel like if you're taking Allen or you're going to play Allen, I think you want to have, you could stack him with Kincaid if you want, whatever you want to do. But I would say like you might even want to play him. If you want to take a shot on, especially in like DK, you probably want to take a shot on a cheap guy and see how that goes. But I think that, what do we want to do here? Let's do a Burrow double. And Brees or Judkins? Let's do Brees. Oh, I'm not going to get Burrow now because I'm an idiot. Actually, no, I probably will. But yeah, like, what was I saying? Yeah, I think that having Allen with like one of the Bengals guys makes sense. You could do Chase Brown if you want, but you could also play it through Chase Brown as well. So, or James Cook, sorry, not Chase Brown. So I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. I took H8 on this team, by the way. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I don't know. I think that game could be really fun, but it could go. There's a few ways it could go bad, and I think it's with the way it goes bad is if Buffalo just dominates and they run the ball all game long. That's really the only way. Otherwise, I think that game's gonna be awesome. So excited to watch that one unfold. Could just be a nuke game for the Bengals pass catchers. Burrow goes for 400 yards. Josh Allen goes for 300 yards. Like, it could be a really fun game. But it could just be like, okay, Bills control time possession. The Bills defense isn't great, but they keep the ball all game on offense, so they don't get, they're not on the field very much. They have their energy saved. It definitely could go that way. I could see it happening, but I hope it's a good game. This is the weekend where dreams are made or broken, or at least the start of them. Yes. Definitely the start of dreams for some teams and the end of the road for a lot of teams. I went big on Bucks this year. It did not pay off. Evans, Bucky, Godwin, Igbuka, Ott, Mayfield. Only paid Bob Igbuka. Dude, exactly. Like, it's rough. Bucky's back at least, but it's just like any buck you took, if it wasn't Igbuka, even Otten wasn't great. I mean, Otten had a couple okay games, but like any Buccaneer you took, you're pretty much upset with them because Godwin was out all season. Basically, Evans been out all season, hasn't had any good games really, other than like one. Igbuka's had great games at the beginning, slowed down as of late, but like, that's brutal. Like, all of those guys were going pretty damn early. That's really hurt. Like, the Bucky stuff's the worst because you take Bucky over JT, and you're just like, holy shit. Like, I don't even know if I have a Bucky team advancing. I don't think I do in BBM, at least. I don't. I would have probably noticed it by now. Let me see. Yeah, no Bucky teams with any chance of getting through on BBM. But let's see my Bucky teams on this. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. I'll share in a second. Okay, so we're here. We got Henry, Tyler Warren. Let's get a Lamar team going here. Okay, we did get Burrow back. So we get Burrow here. Oh, didn't share my screen. My bad. Got Burrow here. What do we want at running back? We can get Kenneth Walker. We could take a receiver. Who was I liking a lot? I like Burden quite a bit when I was looking last. Let's get Kenneth Walker on this one. Yeah, so here I have 30 Bucky teams in my BBM portfolio, and one is advancing. It's a Pomeranian 3 team. Wow. That's brutal. I wish I had a Bucky team in BBM. That would have been nice. Hey, whatever. Thank God I drafted like 60% JT and Superflex. That is an absolute smash in BBM too. That's good. 2 Bucky teams, 1 okay BBM. That's good. At least you have some options there. Let's do a Lamar double. And let's just throw Metcalf on there and have some fun with this one. Yeah, I haven't even talked about my takes on the whole slate. I haven't even talked about that yet. So let's get into that as well. I like I'm kind of just like buying the biggest dip you can buy on some players. Could be to my own dismay, but like I think it's worth taking the shot. Lamar is pretty much like at like the sentiment around him is about as low as it's ever been. And I like to buy into that narrative. I mean, just the eye test for me, like from watching that game against the Bengals, obviously they didn't play great, but just the eye test to me, like he didn't obviously he did have a practice issue this week. He wasn't at practice every day, but I don't know. Aside from that, like, and that's a lot of aside, but I mean, I thought he looked healthier than he's looked like the last 4 weeks. He looked healthier than he ever has. Like he was running a little bit last game. Saw kind of the speed to like get to the edge and get the first down. Those kind of things I was seeing a little bit more of. And I don't know, to me, it didn't seem as bad as people are making it out to be. Like people are pretty much just like burying it and just like, yeah, he's done. Like he's not gonna be good. Like, you can't rely on this guy, which I get. I had him in some leagues as well. Absolutely destroyed me. But I just think like this could be a bounce back spot. Pittsburgh's defense has been awful. And obviously the narrative, the matchup, the in division hard-nosed matchup could definitely end up rearing its head. It's a 10-3 game. It's game over. But that could happen. But it could also be a decent like offensive output game where kind of Lamar gets his footing again. I mean, look at the last game. Likely doesn't drop the ball. He scores a touchdown. Zay, got the OPI call. Wasn't quite Like wasn't like a clear and obvious call, I don't think. Just thinking about that way, if that doesn't happen, which is a little bit of what if game, if it doesn't happen, Lamar's sitting at, let's call it 9, 13, 17 points on the week, maybe around there. Like people aren't freaking out about a 17-point game, but they are freaking out about back-to-back-to-back sub 8-point games. So that's just kind of where I want to go that direction and try to get there. I think this could be an interesting game for the offensive output there. Could definitely just be a Henry game, and I'm maybe taking some Henry, but I think I'm really into that aspect. I was like 9th on drafters main events before I lost Bucky. Dude, I had a ton of Scatabo. I think I had like 15%, which is, a good amount. That was brutal. I had like Scatabo in 3 fantasy leagues, just brutal. He was an absolute beast. Absolute beast. And then just buying into BTJ, like he didn't look awful last week. Dude hasn't shown much this season, but I do like he has had a good week. He had a couple good weeks where he had one game where I think he had like 90 yards and a touchdown, one called back off of a holding from Travis Hunter. Just these things like really skew the way you look at these players. And Jacoby Myers coming off a big week, but like if you're going to tell me that Jacoby Myers is going to be 75% drafted and Brian Thomas is going to be sub 20, I'm just not ready to go that far yet. I'm going to be taking Brian Thomas at that price, and we've gotten him at like lower ownership at some points this season, but not this low, really. So I'm just jumping into that. I don't really care. The game could be the best part is the game could be really fun too. It like the game is super high upside in that game. A game that's a very big divisional matchup for playoff seeding purposes. So, it all kind of points to this could be a game where, Jags have some passing efficiency. They can't just like run away with the game because the Colts have some juice on offense. Could be a really fun game. So just got my deposit bonus. Hell yeah. Yeah. Definitely fun. This week is interesting for sure. Other games I like, let me see. Check out these totals real quick. Rams Cardinals obviously could be really good too. I'm kind of leaning towards I think Bucks Saints could be fun too. A lot of fun potential games, but I think Bucks Saints could be good because the Bucks defense is just not good. Unfortunately for me, but they're just not good. And Shuck has like looked okay. Like I think there could be a decent game in there for Olave or Vele or Jawan or even two of them. I think the double stack is in play. Maybe not in this game, but definitely like a skinny like Shuck. Jawan isn't like crazy. He's been scoring decent points, and I think their total's a little low. We might play that. That might be our stack game. Let me TP. The problem is Olave is questionable, so it probably will affect the lines a little bit. All right, so we got McBride or Cook. Let's go Cook Bowers on this one. And then this team will do a Puka team with Josh Allen. We'll get Higgins on this one, probably. Gesicki just hasn't had the role you wanted him to have, really. I don't think I want to jump into that. Take Higgins on this one, or yeah, Chase Brown's probably fine too. Yeah, Chase Brown's fine. Yeah, it's the highest total on the slate. No one's shying away from that game, but it might I think the weather is a question. I'm not sure about that right now, but that could change things a little bit. But that game's gonna be fun. Hope it is. Rams Cardinals. My take this week is I think the Rams Cardinals is just gonna be kind of gross. I think the Rams are just gonna beat them up after a bad loss to Panthers. I think they're just going to win. And there's probably going to be the garbage time Jacoby stuff, but I'm just going to bet against that happening. And like, because if there's been a lot of games where like the defense destroys them, and then like they kind of just like let up at the end of the game. You know, Jacoby gets his touchdowns to McBride, and that might very well happen. He's going to get plenty of targets, like because I mean, Dortch is out, Marvin's out. Like it's crazy. Like you definitely want to be sprinkling those guys into your portfolio. But I don't think. I think there's a lot of people that just assume it's going to be a shootout, which I don't. It might not matter if it is or not, but I think that it's probably just going to be like a one-sided affair, very one-sided, where it's like Jacoby doesn't even get much going. Like he has a decent game, but it's not like he's popping off for 404, 403, or 303 because they got to keep up with the Rams. I just don't think that's going to happen. And that might not matter because he might just do enough. But I don't know. I'm kind of want to do a Daniels team. Daniels Terry or Daniels Debo seems pretty decent, right? Or I mean, Earth just popped off last game. That's not bad either. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of it's interesting for sure. Samson out. Questionable. All right, let's see. So we got let's get a Terry Daniels team. I think that's kind of fun. And then let's go little Bam Knight scroll here. So I don't know. I think that's how the game's gonna go. Like Seattle had like 2 pick sixes or whatever that one game, or a fumble 6 and a pick 6, whatever. Like I think that something like that could happen, and then the Rams just like pin their ears back, sack him like 7 times. Like I just think that game could go really bad in a hurry. And Rams defense is pretty legit, so I don't know. I think that is a good bounce back spot for them just play all the way through the game, not let up. But I mean, they don't really care. Like they don't care if Jacoby Brissett gets 300 yards and 3 touchdowns because they're going to win the game. But I don't know. I'm not thinking that's going to be a close game, and Vegas doesn't either. But I think like you could make the argument that Arizona is like a little bit overvalued potentially, even with McBride and Wilson being drafted every draft. McBride should be drafted every draft, of course. But with how high they're being drafted, it could definitely go wrong for you if Arizona just doesn't have a good game in the pass game because they're getting demolished all game. So I don't know. I'm like going through. I'm yapping a lot, and I'm getting through all your questions. I'm gonna look at your questions. Don't worry. Appreciate you hanging out today, my friend. Hope you're having a good weekend. Eddie, Incredible. His name is pretty sick. Let me finish this team here. Just throw Kincaid on this one. Kincaid, and let's go Brian Thomas. Beautiful. This team's gonna be Jaden Daniels, Bam Knight. Okay. Did you max BBM? I did not. I did 60 entries. I did 31, only advancing like 6, maybe 7 or 8. Wish I went in more, but almost all my teams have a major injury more. Yeah, that's kind of just like the unfortunate nature of it. I mean, just think about the injuries that we've had this year. Like, there's been a lot already. Like, there's just always a lot. There's always a lot, which sucks. And there's just always a lot, though. So I have 60 teams, and I'm expected to get 10 through, which is pretty much at advance rate, which I'm fine with. I'd like to if I can get to like 11 teams, that'd be sick. But if I get 10, I'm happy with that. Plenty of chances there. But no, I've never maxed BBM. I don't plan on doing it until I have like a massive year. Then I'll definitely max it. And this has been my best year by far. Had a really big win in week 1. But we'll see how if I want to max it next year. We'll decide. But we'll see how the season ends. If season ends well, I'll probably consider maxing. because it'd just be fun to max it for the first time. But Washington, Cam Dort and Dart have a nice week 17 win. Dolphins, Bucks could be high scoring. Who Cam Ward plays who? Giants play the Raiders. I know that. Who does Cam Ward play? I can't remember. Tennessee. Oh, Jacksonville, right? Tennessee, Jacksonville. Is that right? I don't know if that's right. Saints. Okay, yeah, I remember that. Never mind. There was like a mnemonic device for that, but I just don't remember. When I was drafting, I remembered all of them. I'm sure I got some Iamanor, freaking Olave teams in there. Washington, Minnesota could be a surprise. I think 9 reveals. I don't know. Like, this is a great matchup. I really hope there's something. Can I see something from Jefferson? Can I see something? I mean, not that Jefferson's bad, obviously, but can I see him score fantasy points? That would be great. I do have his Jefferson team advancing. That would be nice to get that one some points or some momentum going into the. Actually, it doesn't matter if I get momentum or not, but I do have some Jefferson shares I'd like to succeed. Let me see where my Jefferson team's at so I can show you as well. Yeah. Here it is. Hurts, McCarthy, JT, Sharps, ETN, JCM, Keaton Mitchell, Ollie Gordon, which, I mean, doesn't feel bad for running backs. Got some decent players there. JJ Ladd, Devonta Smith, Kobe Myers, Addison, Horton, Tucker. And the tight end's actually pretty sick. Like, very even scoring here. Andrews, Goddard, Fannin is pretty cool. It's like Goddard popped off at the beginning of the year. Andrews had a few weeks, and then Fannin just kind of been consistently scoring, 11 points most weeks. Or realistically, like 9 points most weeks, but, not bad. All right, back to let's do a goal line stand. Injuries crushed me this year. I have some teams 3 quarterbacks all hurt. Yeah, that's brutal, man. The injuries are just, injuries and best ball teams being dead because of injuries. It's just like handshake emoji. You think Bucks can win big or can Shuck? No, I think Shuck puts the points. I think it could be a good game. Like maybe not like a close game, but like a good enough game where like, Baker's still slinging it, Shuck's still slinging it, and like the game is good for fantasy purposes. So I'm really into. I was taking some Vele early in the week. Maybe that was like silly, but I don't think it's awful. He got like 9 targets last game. I just think like he could be a decent 8 targets. Like he could be a decent little piece there for them. Big threat in the red zone. I don't know. I think that could be kind of fun. Getting one of Vele, Jawan Johnson, Olave. Probably need Olave to play. But if he doesn't in these games, Vele is going to be low owned still, and I would really like him. But even with Olave and Vele is probably pretty good. So in terms of the guys that were hurt, just thinking off the top of my head, I had like no Eckler, so I was fine there. Ton of Scatterboo, awful. Decent amount of Dobbins because I had a lot of like teams that needed him early, which he did that. He did his job. Like Dobbins did what I need him to do on a lot of my teams is to like get me some points early, and he did a great job. Tucker Kraft was absolutely brutal. I didn't have a lot of him. I probably didn't have enough, so I got probably bailed out there. But yeah, it's just kind of how it is. Like you're gonna get bailed out sometimes with the injuries, and then you're gonna get absolutely boned by some of them. Like some of them are gonna like hurt your season in a big way, hurt your advance rate in a big way, and then some of them you're like, oh man, I dodged a bullet there. Like he was smashing. So some of those things, like the Scatterbo, like if you didn't have a lot of Scatterbo, you probably got lucky to not have Scatterbo. Those kind of things. It sucks because like I was so right. Scatterbo was so good. It doesn't matter because he's hurt now for this game. So Neighbors, another guy, just been gone since like week 2. Basically scored he's basically scored the same amount of points as freaking Brian Thomas. Like I want to see that. Can I see that? Can't look. Neighbors fantasy points. Won't show me the total. Well. He basically has like 55 fantasy points. Let me just humor myself how many points Brian Thomas Jr. has. I guess he probably has like 80 to 100, I would guess. All right, on the clock over here. JSN, come on down. I have a good amount of JSN. I think JSN is one of my highest owned guys, so I was absolutely smashed that one. Decent amount of Waddle, that worked out good. I didn't have a lot of Hill, that worked out good for me. So had like no QJ, that was not great. He's still doing pretty decent. Yeah, no, I got you. I get what you mean. And then the biggest ones probably were like the Bucky stuff, like the Bucky, Evans, Godwin, like those guys are silent killers on your teams. Like those guys, like they're back. Like, well, Bucky's back now, but like those guys just absolutely like ruined your advance rate if you had them on teams. Because you didn't have Bucky, but that means if you had Bucky, you didn't have JT most likely, and that is bad on that team. Or you didn't have Trey McBride, which is a big advance rate piece. I don't know. There's quite a few. All right, let's look here. Puka JSN all day, dude. Are you crazy? Whatever combo of these receivers I can get, I'm just slamming the button on that. Yeah. If I get whatever my discount is on Dart Neighbors, I'm gonna really like to have that. I don't know where Neighbors is gonna be. I'm sure he's like people are gonna think he's going too high, but my guess he's probably in the second round, coming off injury. But like, probably too low, honestly. He should probably go in the first round again, assuming he's like gonna be ready early on in the year. Because that offense is gonna be fun. All right, we're on the clock over here. Let's go Bucky. I'd rather do him. Let's do like a let's fuck around and find out. Let's do like a Shuck double or like a Lamar stuff. We're gonna have some fun here. Baltimore, Zay, Andrew. I really only like going to these three guys this week, but Shuck, Saints, Jawan, Olave, Vele. Yeah, I like this. Oh my god, yeah, I didn't even think about that. I had a good amount of Murray. How much Murray did I have? Holy crap. Jordan Murray. Kyler Murray. I have an advancing Murray team, though. Game more Dart. Oh, this is that Gibbs team. Okay. I had four teams in BBM of Murray. How much did I have overall? I always like taking Kyler Murray. I had 23 Kyler teams. See, Chris CMC when he was going, yeah, CMC was a jam when he was going. He was second round for a while. I wish I took more of him then. I took a little bit. I wasn't afraid to take him there, and then as he moved up, I continued to take him a good amount. So I ended up getting, I think, overweight CMC, which is a good feeling this year considering how consistent he's been. The problem is, like, if you ever took CMC over Gibbs, that doesn't feel great. I have exactly even with the field on Gibbs or McCaffrey. All right, so this could be a Henry team, no problem there. All right, so we got Judkins, Bauer. Oh, give me Bowers. Give me Bowers. Oh yeah, Hampton. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, these guys, you just forget about that they got hurt, and you've had a ton. I had like no James Conner, had a little bit of Benson, so neither of those things worked out for me. Idell was awesome. No one would have played him, but he was awesome. He is awesome. Hampton is I was excited. I had a lot of Hampton in a lot of different leagues. I was hoping he was going to be a giga smash. But he still could be. Like, there's still time for him to the season's not over. There's still time for him to rewrite the season here with a big playoff performance. I think I want to go. We can go Warren, I guess. Nah, I'm gonna go Breeze for sure, and then we can decide when we want to play this next part. I think we just do like steal Lamar. Lamar Henry doesn't feel great though. Yeah, Lamar was a big L this year, and I definitely had him. Just do this. I mean, this is simple, right? Like very simple. Zach Ertz, Daniels. Are we getting a discount on Ertz this week too? Like, I mean, he's probably not drafted every time. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he's not drafted every time. Yeah, give me Ertz. Problem is if Kincaid's out, then he's gonna give me the default swap, but it's fine. Yes, elite quarterback was brutal. Although I have a lot of my team, like I took a good amount of Hurts. Like I had some good Hurts teams, and Hurts was like on the cusp of like being a 5th round pick a lot of the summer, and I feel like that was kind of a jam. Like he's been totally fine. He's been probably the most consistent of all the quarterbacks up there. Mahomes has been great too, but he was cheap this year, very cheap. Had a CMC, H-Chan, JT teams. Oh god, that sucks, dude. That sucks. Yeah, Murray was brutal for me. Yeah, I'm glad you were on CMC. That was a good play. I definitely wanted more of him than I got, but the shares I did get were generally cheaper shares, but I should have just had more overall. I wasn't afraid of them at all. So I mean, I wasn't underweight, but I should have had more. In hindsight and in general, I would have liked to at least have like 12% of him or something more, or even more than that. But having 8 is kind of seems like a leak in my game there. Forgot who else I had, but Guy did throw a bit. So yeah. Oh, you're talking about the draft that was thrown out. Yeah. Yeah, I think out of all of the quarterbacks, I think you're probably happiest with like. Let's just look. We have the power to look, so let's look. Hurts, I assume, has the best advance rate of this bunch here. Hurts has a 18% advance rate. We got Lamar, I'm sure is like lower than 12. 8% for Lamar. Brutal. Let's see who we got. Allen. I'm sure Allen's pretty up there too, but I'm guessing probably still below Hurts. We take Zach Ertz on this team. So this team is Zach Ertz, Puka, JSN, Henry, Brees, and Daniels. That's good. I like that. Okay. I feel like Daniels is coming back. He's got to be healthy. All right, so BTJ, 4 points, 8 points, 12, 18, 30, 53, 63, 90, basically 90 points. So like he has 40 more points than Neighbors, and Neighbors hasn't played since week 4. Granted, BTJ missed a few weeks, but still that's alarming, to say the least. We're on the clock over here on this goal line stand. Let me take a look here. Oh my god, I keep doing that. Sorry, guys. I'm tripping this week. I hope Evan's back too. All right, let's see. So pretty much everything went. Let's do Brian Thomas then if we're gonna be locked out of what we want. Let's get Brian Thomas on this one, and then maybe we do the Shuck Bailey team. Get the Shuck Bailey going. T-Law. I think Aaron Jones is a fine play in this kind of thing. Bam Knight probably pretty good. All right, so let's look at this again. So yeah. Oh, Allen. Wait, Allen? No, he's not. Allen's the highest. Okay, so Allen's higher than Hurts, just barely. Actually, I guess that makes sense. Allen's been pretty good. He had the blow up week, which is big. Also missing here. Daniels has been awful for advance rate. Daniels even lower than Lamar. That's it, right? Those are the top 4. Is there one more guy I'm missing? Mahomes, I wouldn't count. Burrow was up there too. I guess we could throw Burrow in. Burrow was upper 4. Or Burrow was like the 4th or 5th quarterback off the board, so we're gonna look at Burrow here. He got hurt, so I don't know if you can count that, but he's 7% also. And then like May is just like May's probably like 25%. May was awesome. Yeah. May was a giga smack. Yeah, I think if you can find it, sub pick or after pick 100, I think you want to do that pretty much every time you can. That feels very clear to me at this point. One of my Superflex teams is the most excited about Dart, Ward, Milrow, CMC, Gibbs, Taylor, Jacobs. Holy running backs, that's fire. Evans, Igbuka, Devonta, Debo on this whole team, but I'm praying Evans back. Yeah, that's a pretty fun ass team there. Daniel Jones has been a solid late pick. Plays Jack. Daniel Jones has been an amazing late pick because he wasn't even 100% owned. He was awesome. One Burrow team on Superflex and one Burrow team. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: like, as much as they sucked, much as like the Burrow thing sucked, but like you would love to have him right now on advancing teams, like almost for certain. I think Aaron Jones is a pretty nice play here. I don't know. Like, it's so hard to know like how much he's gonna get work, but like he looks good every time. He gets hurt every damn week, but he looks good like every week. It's really, really tough to decide what you want to do with him. Just do Shuck and Lele here. Thoughts? I like it. Let me check my Burrow teams. My overall portfolio. Oh yeah, I forgot I took like 0 Burrow all year. I was pretty much in the boat where I was like, I'm not like the Burrow price is just too high. And obviously you could say I got bailed out with injury, but I don't know. It just was too high. Like you don't take a pocket quarterback that high like very often. It's just not great. And like there's probably people that took Burrow over JSN many times. And that's just crazy because JSN fell to the 4th round at some rooms. Like that boggles my mind. Not that JSN was falling, but just the fact that Burrow was going ahead of JSN in some rooms just boggles my mind. I get why JSN was falling; people were worried about it, but I'm glad I kept on getting him. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why they would get him if they're not going to try to use him. Their receivers are pretty rough. So, I mean, they might just throw him in there and see if he can generate any targets. But that offense is just so gross. Tell you what, Gainwell would have been pretty good. Like another one of those players that no one would have for like any reason that would make sense. Like Gainwell. Imagine if you had a bunch of Gainwell teams. Like that actually doesn't feel that bad. Gainwell's been awesome. But like, why would you take Gainwell when they have Caleb Johnson? He's just basically a 0. Like, it's crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. Let's get another BR going. I'll probably do like, where are we at? Okay, we're at about, I was going to go to about noon. We'll do a little more. Let's do one more goal line stand, and then we'll build our Pickems and leave. So I'll get another goal line stand as well right now, entering it now if you all want to join. 3 spots left. So I got a fullback dive in the works here. We got another BR cooking, and then a goal line stand, and then the one I'm in right now is a goal line stand as well. So squeak a team in. I'm hoping he can get 2 receptions, 2 touchdowns. 20 yards in week 15 or 16 to get team in. Hey, I mean, that it's possible. But I'm not going to lie, I'd feel better about that with, like, I feel like if you had, like, a Darno Washington team or something, you might have a better chance of getting that. I just think Thiel's done. I think he's done. 5th round Metcalf in 12 bands. Crazy. Alec Pierce, man, that's one guy. Oh, my God. He's been awesome. I should have had more of him. And I should have known, like, sharp people were saying, like, dude, like, this dude's going to be a part of the team no matter, like, how you feel about it. Like, he's going to be a part of this team. And I just, like, nah, blah, blah, blah. I'm not listening. Like, I was wrong. And even then, AD Mitchell was a good pick. Like, I was just like, I'm just going to take AD Mitchell. But you could have took both. Could have took both. Did I know it was going to turn out this way? No. But it was more so like, you know, I was thinking AD Mitchell at the expense of Alec Pierce, not the other way around. And yeah, Alec Pierce is just an ethical hooper, man. He's good. Yes. I would have felt better about it if, like, they were fighting for a playoff spot, but still pretty fun. All right, we got JT. This is a regular BR, right? Okay. Bucky just looks good. I want to get Bucky when I can. Bucky just looks good again. Bucky looks healthy. He's looking nice. I love Bucky. He's one of my favorite players in the league. So am I crazy to take T-Law over Shuck? Probably not. I am crazy to not take T-Law, right? Let's take T-Law, and then we'll go Valet next. I get Bowers here. Beautiful. All right, let's see what we want to do here. I think a Shuck thing would be kind of fun. Things people should not be saying ever. We're gonna do it. I mean, it's just better. I mean, it's just better to do this. Like, let's give Lamar's A. Not based off fantasy points though, but I think it's better. Lamar's A Jefferson. That might be okay. And yeah, like, the way I see it is if Jefferson can't have a decent week this week, then, I mean, I'm not saying he's not going to have, like, you can't count that guy out for having a good week any week that he plays. Any week. Doesn't matter who they're playing, who's playing quarterback. I mean, it definitely matters who's starting at quarterback, but, like, it doesn't matter per se because he could pop off any week, no matter who's playing quarterback. And we haven't seen it. That doesn't mean it's not possible. Don't always remember that, guys. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it won't ever happen. That is something that people love to express in this space. Yeah, he was pretty sick last year at the beginning. Actually, I think he had a couple of good weeks at the end too. Okay, we're on the clock. Let's get Valet on this team. T-Law, Bucky, Aaron Jones, JT, Valet, Brock Bowers for my goal line stand team. We're getting another one going. I got the 106 here. All right, we're on the clock over here. Let's get... Oh, Jefferson went. Damn. That sucks. Let's get Waddle. I feel like I need to get more Waddle. My Texans are going to fuck up the playoff best ball. They're going to make it Super Bowl and still not being off at second. Yeah. I'm a little worried about that. I think they're a kind of fun team to take. Like, that team can make some noise in the playoffs with their defense. If they win this week, first of all, the Chiefs are pretty much dust if they lose this week. So that takes a big piece of the pie out of the picture. But if that happens, I'm gonna be getting some Stroud stuff going. They're a fun team to take shots on. Let's get Lamar and then Zay. Dude, I hope so. Who's Wilson? Garrett Wilson. Yeah. I have a decent amount of Garrett Wilson too. Yeah. But I think I disagree with you on the offense part. I think their offense isn't like, it's not great for playoff best ball, but like it's passable. Like I feel better about stacking Houston than Denver. Like I just don't like the Denver pieces that much. Like I don't feel good about clicking any of the receivers really. Like Harvey's fine. Harvey's good. Nix is fine. But like I don't feel good about like clicking any of the receivers because they just feel so like thin. Whereas like I feel very good about clicking Nico. Like Nico, Jaden Higgins looks decent now. Schultz isn't bad. I feel I'd rather take Woody Marks. Like I don't feel, I feel decent about taking those pieces if they're gonna make the playoffs. That is. Oh yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not until they're like almost mathematically eliminated, which they're pretty damn close. Like it might be the closest they've been in a while. So we shall see. Yes, yeah, I'm on X. Let me link it in the chat for you. Appreciate you being here, man. Hope you have a good rest of your weekend, and thanks for hanging out. All right, let's get Chase on this team. I'm on the clock in 2 places. Hold on 1 second. Vele, Lamar, JT, Bucky, Waddle. So did I get sniped on Zay? What the fuck, dude? Are you shitting me? What? Okay. I was like, why am I taking Vele on the team? Whatever. We'll take Vele. Fuck it. Lamar unstacked. He gets 2 rushing touchdowns this week. All right. Denver was so much explosive, so much more explosive. More, yeah. No, they like no juice on their offense anymore. They're just such a. And I like Pat Bryant, but like it's really Mims is catching bombs last year. I would never understand what they're doing with like their offensive usage, but here's one thing: you don't try to you could try to predict it, but like just know that if you put Troy Franklin in your lineup, you put Marvin Mims in your lineup, you put Pat Bryant, Evan Ingram, Sutton, they're liable to get you like 2 targets and not get the ball for just whatever reason. I don't know. It's so strange, man. Okay, here's the. Here's X. Thanks for subbing, man. Hope you have a good rest of your weekend, my guy. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Always down to chat ball and excited for the playoff best ball playoffs and playoff best ball. We're gonna be doing both those things. I love playoff best ball, and I love the best ball playoffs. So we're gonna be talking about both. Hopefully, I got 2 finals teams last year. Won a tournament a couple years back. Small tournament, wasn't a big prize pool or anything, but I did win one on Underdog. That was nice. Had a couple nice performances in some, but I had a good big Elim last year. Big Elim sucked this year for me, but we'll see. I'm gonna try to do more of those next year. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. But hopefully I get another. If I get 1 finals team, I'm happy. Hopefully I can get 2. That'd be cool. But 1 finals team, and I'm still trying to get that BBM final ticket, man. My guy Christopher in the chat here, he got it. He got that final team in, but I'm trying to match him. I want to get a finals appearance as well. What days you stream? Mostly during the season, I'm trying to go like Saturdays. Most of the time, I'll do like today I'll do Saturday streams because I'll do like a BR stream, and then during like the off season, I'll stream like maybe once, maybe twice a week, and I'll do it during the middle of the week. But yeah, in a perfect world, I'd stream. If I could do this more like as a part-time thing, I would do it more, but don't really have the time to do it, unfortunately, yet. But I would like to build up to that and do it, maybe 2 streams or 3 streams a week, something like that would be really fun to work up towards. So, have a co-host and have some buddies that would love to do it, but I gotta build this thing up from the ground. So, trying to work on that, trying to make a name for myself, and try to do some collabs with some other creators. I did when I got my big win at week 1 in BR. I was able to meet some. Hop on the stream with the Badge Bros. That was really cool. So some guys that I look up to in the space here. So definitely cool stuff. Let's see. We got Harvey. I mean, let's take Kyron, I guess. That game should be like there should be some rushing touchdowns in that game to be had. That Bezos team is second. Has no quarterback. Brutal. That sucks, dude. But yeah, mostly Saturdays, and then playoff best ball. I'll be jamming in some like extra stuff for playoff best ball. Like I'll probably, if I can ratchet up to 2 times a week for playoff best ball, I probably will, and do like one during the week and one on the weekend. But yeah, typically Tuesdays or Thursdays are good days for me. I just don't have a schedule, which would definitely help. I know that would definitely help in terms of viewership and such, but we'll get there. We're working on these things. All right. Incredible. Good luck this weekend, man. Appreciate hanging out. And yeah, let's win some cash. Good luck, man. Good luck, good luck, good luck. All right, Puka McBride. Let's stay true to my laurels. Let's go Puka Bowers. I'm not getting Bowers back, right? So we'll get Bowers now. Follow my guy back there. All righty. Can't believe I had to look up Week 17 Titans. That's brutal stuff, man. How crazy is taking Chase, or how crazy is taking Kyron and Corum? Not that crazy, I don't think. I'm about to do that. Probably stupid, but I don't think it's crazy. Corum's been pretty sick. Wait, what's Corum? Okay. Like, Corum has looked damn good. If the game is a blowout like I thought it could be, like that could be pretty sick. Like this Corum running the clock out at the end of the game seems possible. That was pretty not good. Hey. Let's just put it this way. Let's hold on 1 second. I think you just take Burrow with Chase whenever you can. Let's put it this way, Christopher. So in a contest like goal line stand 12 mans, 14 points from your running back 2 and 13 points from your running back 1. You probably want a little more than that, but that's pretty, like, that's you can win with that. Like 100% you can win with that. And if the game is skewed to like the running game because they're up by like 30, it could be interesting. I'm not saying it's optimal, but I'm like, I like doing it when it's like a position like this where, okay, I get Rams running back points this week and they scored 3 touchdowns. Like I'm pretty happy with that points, assuming 2 of them get a touchdown. Assuming both of them get a touchdown, then it doesn't really matter how it's distributed otherwise. 1,000,000%, yeah. I like kind of prefer the T-Law side of it, but I think it's good. He's slinging it around last game pretty well, I thought. So don't have like any Baker Kuka. Probably should get some of that going. Oh, this is the fullback dive. Okay, well, there you go. Should probably take some more Aaron Jones on. Honestly, like Aaron Jones could just nuke, bro. Like, are you crazy? Like, maybe not nuke, but he's been pretty damn good, man. He's looked really good. Is it necessary to take him on a fullback dive team? Probably not, but I will do it. I don't feel that much better about Harvey, Kyron, Aaron Jones compared to the reason I don't feel good about Kyron is because the Corum stuff. But when you take both, it kind of negates that whole issue. I wouldn't do it in 6 mans. It's too thin on 6 mans. With 12 mans, I think you could do it. But hey, they could both score 20, and then I guess it doesn't matter. But you just take Kyron in the 12 mans or the 6 mans. All right, we got to figure out what we're doing at receiver or tight end. Kyle Pitts with no let's get BTJ. Yeah, you're not gonna have a problem with doing that. Let's get BTJ, and then maybe we can get Pitts. If we can't get Pitts, we can maybe get Jawan. If we can't get him, we can get probably Andrews be best. So if I can't get Pitts or Jawan, I just go Andrews, I think. I got a decent shot of it, so I think I'm gonna take Aaron Jones on this one. Yeah, I'm into Daniel Jones against the Jags for sure. For sure. Playoff Basketball's almost here, man. Gauntlet comes out. I'm gonna be streaming that. We got some FFPC. You got to defend our top 5 finish in the FFPC tournament or whatever, top 6, whatever we got. Gotta do that again. It's a fun contest. Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to take Aaron Jones in this, I probably should just be taking him more outright, right? He just looks so much better than Mason this year. It's unfortunate. I had a lot of Mason. Flowers. But I don't know. My take this week is I think I just want to double. Like, I want to, like, I'm think that Lamar's rushing is like being understated, but I think if you want to play him in DFS, you want to stack him, and I'm gonna double stack him. So I'm gonna play. I think I want to do Likely Andrews, but of course, like I've been jamming Likely so many times, and he's like had decent weeks. Should have scored a touchdown last week, but should have scored a touchdown last week, but this will be the week Likely goes off, right? But yeah, I think my main team is gonna be a Lamar, Flowers, Andrews team on DK. So yeah, I would say stack him with Andrew. In that case, I would just double stack him if you're asking that question. But if I had to choose one, I'd choose Zay this week. I really hope that game's fun. And yeah, let's play it through the better quarterback. I think Lamar's a better quarterback than Shuck. Sorry, Shuck. We're gonna play through that quarterback instead. I'm gonna do one more BR because I got time. One more BR, and then we'll do Pickems, and we'll head out of here. Okay, what I'm gonna listen to now. Brissett. What's this guy's name? Mooney. Devin Neal. Why does it look like I had Kincaid on my team? Oh, I was looking at the wrong team. Lando's team. All right, let's see what we want to do here. Let's do a Lamar Andrews team on this one. I just don't see it happening personally. I mean, they could get up early, but I just don't see their defense being good enough to just like dominate a game like that. I mean, but the last time they did play the Saints, they did do that exact thing. But I don't know. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think the game is gonna be like, it might not be close, but it's gonna be within like reach distance where like the Bucks will keep on, like they're gonna probably run a good amount with Bucky because he's just been awesome. But like Sean Tucker will get a few carries here and there. They might not be pass heavy, but I don't think they're gonna be like run heavy. They're not really ever run heavy unless it's a massive blowout. I just don't expect it to be that week. Not bargain, buddy. We're almost done. On the clock to get our Corum Iron team. Beautiful. See this absolutely blow up in my face, but I don't know. I like it. I'm into it this week. I'm always into the double running back things. I'm just love being Giga Brain that and it not working, but it has worked. It has worked before. I've done the Mostert thing before, the Mostert H-hand thing. Okay. I mean, yeah, probably just you're probably just mad if you don't take Bijan here and then he goes off. If I can get Bucky, that would be great. I mean, I get my pick of the litter of these five. I get three of these five will be available to me, so probably just want to take one or Bowers. Well, I'm not taking Bowers because I'm getting Andrews' team. So, all right, let's get these Pickems getting ready here. So I guess my question for the Pick'em is: do I play through Lamar and then not, or do I play through Andrews and Zay and then play Brian Thomas on the other side, or on the other option of that? I might do that. I'll probably do both Zay and Andrews, and then yeah, I think I'll do that instead this week. Okay, we actually don't want to take him on this team. We'll take Brees. What's our second receiver going to be? Maybe just get Jefferson, have some fun. JJ, Lamar, Andrews, Kai. Stop, please. What can we do here? Okay. Andrews. Yeah, I'm going to do that instead. Just go Brian Thomas on the other side. Very simple. Just hope I get Lamar back to me here. Otherwise, I'm sad. Yeah, I mean, next step is gonna be playoff best ball, and then talking best ball playoffs is the next things we're gonna do. Like this, or I guess we're gonna still do BRs. It's gonna get pretty crazy. BRs, playoff best ball, and best ball playoffs at the same time, and season long playoffs. Like that's some fun stuff, man. It sucks like the season's almost over, but like man, this is the most fun part of it. And obviously, it doesn't mean you're gonna win it all, but it's you're not gonna win every year, but it's so fun, man. Oh my god, are you shitting me? Well, let's go ahead and do something else then. That sucks. Go Caleb Loveland. Yeah, it went really fast. It's yeah, I mean it's just fun. It's just fun. Like no matter what happens, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna enjoy it. Obviously, it's way more fun when you win a league or win or some money or whatever it is that you're trying to do. Win league and money at the same time, whatever it is. Like I just want to win some stuff. If I can win a season long team, I'm pretty happy. But obviously, I'm hoping for a big win in best ball because that's the most fun to celebrate, obviously. And kind of the whole idea of this channel is trying to help other people get wins and try to win myself as well. Beautiful. One of the quickest years. Yeah, it felt pretty quick, huh? BTJ has had a huge flop here in draft. I had almost done. Yeah, I mean you jammed him the year before and you got off the train while it was moving full speed. You're like, I'm out of here. I don't need BTJ. Yeah, it did feel like he did feel expensive, but like you just couldn't argue with how good he was. And I didn't. What did I end up having of him in contest? I just want to I was underweight. I was more likely underweight than I was overweight, but I'm curious what I was at. 7.1% Brian Thomas, so slightly underweight. That makes sense. Really busy. Yeah, I got you. What's up, Gail? Just yesterday we were racing for Corey Cross getting married. Our best ball teams now it's week 14. Nothing better than those times where just every team is live, and now we're at the point where like, you know, most people, 80% of your teams are fully dusted, and you got some teams that you're holding on to. So it's fun stuff. A fun time, but also a sad time for some of those teams that are gone by the wayside. But very fun experience. The whole thing is it's a fun sweat. It's a fun experience. I very much enjoy it. Hopefully I have a finals team to sweat this year, as I've been lucky to have the last couple of years. So we'll see. I did have one year where I had like 6 semifinals teams in BBM, not one through. I would be happy to get luck like that again. But you know, if I can get a BBM final team, I really don't care about anything else. Obviously, I'd like to do good in it, but like just having that sweat is like pretty incredible. So probably if it was a good pick, it was probably like Nico or maybe not Nico, but JT. It was a good pick. Or you took Neighbors, which would have been bad, or you took Nico, which is okay. Who else is going to the 1-2 turn? Bowers, a lot of man. Oh, dude, so many landmines. All right, so let's do the Pickems here. We're at 25.30. All right, go. Here's the first Pick'em. Got it already set up for us. We got Andrew Zay. So a little bit of efficiency on the Ravens passing game, and then a Brian Thomas bounce back game. $50 for $425. Share that in the chat here. Throw it in my little thingy here. All right, so then I want to do a similar type thing, but it's going to be like a more like aggressive play because we like to be aggressive here. We're going to do that. BTJ all the way to the moon. Let's go Lamar like 4 touchdowns passing. Can we do that? Is that possible? Oh, absolutely. Oh, come on. Let me get the 4. Come on, man. All right, that's fine. We'll do this. And we're gonna, we're gonna boost this. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna put 20 buckaroos on that, and it's probably just donating. But hey, we're gonna throw it in. We're gonna have fun with that one. So here's the first pick. If you want to do a more tame pick 'em, and then if you want to do the crazy one, that's the crazy one. All right, and then the next one, these will all be in the description too. Sorry about that. I'm back. Yeah, if you don't want the crazy one, either way, they'll be in the description. So if you want to check in the description, tail whatever you'd like the tail. This one is RBJ. All right. Okay, what else we got? I want to do the Tampa Bay stack. I don't know if I'll be able. Yeah, there's gonna be no Saints up, huh? That's gonna suck. Oh, Olave's up. Really? I guess it's kind of just they're playing as Olave is gonna be in. So let's just we won't play it that way. Yeah, do catches for Olave. Bailey a little more efficiency. Give Bailey like 50. Bailey a lot of catches last week too. Get Bailey to 50. Bailey there, and then let's go. Godwin. No receptions for Godwin. 5 Godwin catches. Now we can bet on Godwin. I remember Godwin get picked on both. Yeah, I think he's probably a good pick. Stacking with Terry, stacking with Debo, stacking with Ertz in a good matchup. I think that probably makes sense. If we get touchdown. I've just been not wanting to play Buka as much lately just because it's really slowed down for him. This could be a good week for him, no, don't get me wrong, but it feels like more of a Bucky week to me. Bucky fantasy scoring gets there with receiving, rushing, touchdowns. I like that more. Let's get one more guy in this. I think I just like playing it through like the efficiency of like the Saints offense being better than expected. And we get Jawan. Ooh, that's pretty high. 5 catches is hit. We'll go receiving yards. Need to get like 7, 8 yards a catch, maybe. Well, if he gets 4, you need 10 yards a catch. Or like 11 yards a catch, and then if it's 5 catches, you need him just to get whatever. Doesn't matter how many catches, how many yards. Huh. Very tough, very tough. Yeah, I might just do a Lamar triple because I'm scared of missing out on the freaking likely. We'll see. I'll have to like if I'm gonna do Lamar Andrews a lot, I should at least do like 3-to-1 exposure of like Lamar likely also. Probably worth my time to do that. Because it likely literally has had pretty similar target share last game for sure. Probably better, I think. So am I taking Jawan receptions or receiving yards or targets? I think I just play whatever. Like I don't think it's gonna matter. But if I want to play them playing from behind, I think the catches probably is fine. It's like he dumps it off to Jawan a few times. Just get hit there in 3 out of the 5 last games. Not that that matters. The problem is, like, you got to get 6 catches for Jawan and 6 catches for Olave, 5 catches for Jawan. Just like, I don't know, like betting on that is always kind of scary to bet on those completions immediately, but I think it's probably fine. I like it. Throw 20 on it. Good enough. Now, if Jawan gets like a 50-yard catch at the beginning of the game, I'm going to be pissed. Because then I'm going to be mad. Tampa Bay, New Orleans. And we'll do one more. I always like a likely scroll. We'll do a likely scroll. Let's do a likely scroll, and then I don't really like anything on Pittsburgh, so I don't think I'm gonna jam anything in from that side of things. What do we like? What do we like as a another? Probably just throw a play in, right? Maybe we could play both sides of something like that. 20x both ways if likely gets there. Now we're gonna have full fun though. We're not afraid. Boom. This is it. Likely 80 yards, JJ 110. There it is. Oh, Corum scroll. Fuck. Oh, we gotta do that. We gotta do the Corum scroll. You're right. You have to do it. We just have to do it. You're not wrong. These are long shots. Do not expect these to hit everybody, but they're fun. They're very fun. JJ, likely JJ. All right, last one. Corum scroll. It's like when you play alts, it's just like you might as well just go all the way. You're already playing this guy to have a nuke game, just just go all the way. That's what I do with all of them. Like sometimes it doesn't work out, but like when it does, you get the 98x on Turkey Day. Like you're pretty happy with that on Thanksgiving. Yeah, I don't know. When you're already taking, like, what happens with a lot of these guys is they don't get anywhere close. Corum gets 30 yards, or they nuke and they get 100. Like that's just kind of how the range of outcomes is for a lot of these guys. Hell yeah! All right, what do I want to do with Corum? We're gonna be cowards on this one. We're gonna play Corum. We're gonna play Corum. We're gonna be cowards with this one. But we want to play it. We want to, maybe not. What do we want to do? What is it? What does an over under just look like if we do a higher or lower? Since now 18x. Do you fuck with the 18x, guys? Okay, we're gonna do this instead. Okay, well, I'm not gonna max scroll this all at 150. All right, there we go. 100x. Enjoy that. Corum, Bucky. We ride that. There you go. Here's another one for the road. Bucky Corum. I might just do like straight up. I might play the Corum old straight up on the books, but all right. That is sure. Any of those hit, we're having a good. Any of those hit, like one singular pick 'em, and you're not expected to hit any of those, to be honest with you, but one of those hit. We're gonna have a good little Sunday there. So, yeah. 3-pick, got the 3-pick, got the Lamar BTJ ALT, got the Tampa Bay Saints stack, likely JJ, and Bucky Corum. So, yeah, should be fun. Good luck, guys. That was a fun little stream today. Appreciate all the people that hung out. Gail, Eddie, thanks for hanging out. Adam, Christopher is always my friend. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. good luck this week. Hopefully, all your best ball teams that you're hoping to get through. And yeah, good luck in your your last week of the fantasy week for season-long stuff. Or some of my leagues are already in the playoffs, so good luck and all that stuff. So hope you guys have a good weekend, and yeah, good luck tomorrow, and have fun, enjoy yourself, and as always, find value in everything you do. See you guys next time. Later.